guys, it's Joel and welcome back to the channel and to another video featuring more of those cars that are really catching my eye and I think are very much worth filming and sharing for you. I'm joined today by Anthony, the owner of this very nice, there you go, 370Z Nismo. This is a car that I've actually been really interested in, A, learning more about, but B, experiencing for a long time. I've always liked the sort of the Zs. So this is the top of the range, isn't it, essentially, of those cars.
Yep.
And yeah, we're gonna just basically experience it today and put it out there for you guys so you can learn a little bit more too. But first, I'm gonna get Anthony here to walk us around the car, tell us a little bit about it and its spec, also how long you've had it, and yeah, just sort of really let us know how you've sort of come to have this car.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So then, Anthony, please, if you can, let us all know, well, firstly, how long you've had this car.
Well, I bought this car in March, March 2019. It's actually a 2018 edition of the 370Z Nismo, based on the 2015 onwards shape, which has the distinctive red finish splitters on the front and on the sides. We'll show you some of the details as we go through. What distinguishes the 2018 from the previous years is they made a few tweaks just to the interior, and I believe they changed the clutch over to a different manufacturer just to maybe save money or maybe improve it. Who knows? It's going to be changed sometime next year anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me.
So have you done any modifications to the car?
One or two, yeah. So the things that are visually not stock, straight off the bat, are the roof, which I've wrapped in a gloss black. Okay. There's a boot trim, boot spoiler trim that is also wrapped in the similar gloss black. The car's been lowered on KW V3 coilovers, front and rear, and there's also a hydraulic lift system on the front because I had it so low that I didn't really want to smash the front splitter, so I had the KW HLS2, which is a lift kit which has a little button on the dashboard for me to lift the front, so supercar style. Other than that, the externals haven't changed much yet, but I've done a few other bits and bobs to make it sound better and move a little better as well with a tune, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
Awesome.
So the main things that distinguish the Nismo from the standard version of the 370, start with the seats. Those are the most significant difference. They are Recaro CSs, but they've been built and designed specifically for the Nismo by Recaro, which results in them having just a custom base with a few more little adjustments, which personally I found a little bit annoying because I wanted to change the base for a lower base, but you can't do that, sadly. The other distinguishing features on the interior happen to be also just the finishes. Instead of being in a brushed silver finish, they're in a kind of matte chrome, black chrome finish. I'm not sure how else to describe it. The red Alcantara, these are black Alcantara also on the doors, and on the steering wheel you've got the Alcantara steering wheel mixed leather with the red stripe down the middle. Apart from that, there aren't any significant distinguishing features other than obviously the Nismo badge appearing here and in the rev counter. The rest of it is pretty much standard, but to be fair, it's for a Nissan, you know, within this price range, it's a pretty decent interior. The things I dislike, I think for a £40,000 car retail price, I think some of the plastics could just be a little bit more upmarket, but what Nissan expects people to do with these cars is customise them heavily anyway. I mean, there's very few of these on the market that haven't had some kind of customisation to them, and frankly I'm going to be ripping out a lot of this stuff over the next couple of years anyway, so I'm not too bothered. But again, for what you'd expect. This is my own little tablet, which I'll tell you a little bit about later because that's hooked into the engine management system. One of the things I do like is that the actual instrument cluster does move with the wheel.
Yes, yeah,
so you can get a nice
really cool
position, and you don't have to worry about it obscuring your view. I would like just to be able to lower the seat a little bit more personally, but that's just me.
Sure.
And the other thing it doesn't have is reach. It doesn't have reach adjustment. That's okay. Annoying because I would much rather just sit a little bit further back,
yeah,
and bring the wheel just towards me, yeah, so you've got a good, you know, a good bend in your arm. I'd like it to be a bit more here, kind of, then you've got a bit more leverage. But
for sure, yeah.
Apart from that, I absolutely love this car. Like I said, it's my third Z in a row.
Wow, yeah.
And it's not because I think it's the best car in the world. It's just, you know, when you absolutely love a car, there are certain things you can say, yeah, this is a great car for these reasons, and you can say it's not a great car for these reasons, but I love it despite all of those issues.
For sure. Sweet. Well, I guess the next thing for us to do then is go for a drive.
Cool, let's do it.
here we are inside the 370Z Nismo. First things first, you guys will have heard it on that startup, but I can't express to you, this thing sounds amazing. It's properly loud, actually.
Yeah, well, it's not stock. I'm sorry, Joel.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's start immediately with that then. So, what have we got going on in terms of this exhaust?
Well, the first thing that I did was I had the rear silencer removed and replaced with 2 resonated pipes from Tarmac Sports.
Yeah.
Then went for a high flow cat. Then got some drop-in air filters. Had an engine tune from Abbey Motorsport, adding an extra 30 horsepower and 40 newton meters of torque.
Okay.
Using the Ecotec system, so it's got 4 separate engine modes, which I can change from the steering wheel, adjustable traction control, and a whole bunch of other toys that I can do from the steering wheel. And as you can see from the app, you can see there's a whole bunch of dials on there giving me temperatures and other things. That's hooked in directly to the Ecotec Connect system.
That's incredible. So it will probably be on camera at some point, guys, but if you can't see it properly, on there we've got the engine map setting, we've got engine oil temperature, the G-forces, actual torque in use, coolant temperature, amongst many other things. So that is awesome that that's there giving you all of that information. So in terms of power, what are these stock? Are they about 330? I want to say 325?
339 for the Nismo.
Okay, yeah.
Brake horsepower, it's 445 PS, so metric horsepower.
Yeah.
And this one's got an extra 30 on top of that, so around the 369 mark.
Nice. Oh look, there's a really nice Aventador just about to pass us here.
Ooh, hello.
For those of you won't see, because it'll be lower than this camera's showing, but black. Might be able to hear that. They sound amazing, don't they? You can't beat a V12.
No.
You cannot beat a V12.
No.
Very nice.
This is half a V12.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, yeah. Just put another one in and you've got it.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
It does sound amazing. It sounds absolutely incredible.
And the other thing that I didn't mention, I also had the throttle remapped as well. So
Okay.
Stock, the throttle is mapped to kind of have an exponential pickup. So for the first sort of like 30% of the throttle, you're only getting about 15% of the actual throttle, just fly by wire. So I had it remapped so it's completely linear now.
Oh, that's nice. Another thing I wanted to ask you about, actually, because I know about these from research, is the, what do they call it, S mode?
S mode, yeah.
So it's auto downshift, isn't it? Auto blip and downshift.
Yeah. Let me put it into, well, I can't use that one in map 3, so I've just switched it to map 2 now.
Nice.
We'll switch that on, and that gives you an S mode indicator, so you can actually see what gear you're in, and the S mode indicator in there.
Sweet.
So then when you downshift, it just auto blips it for you.
That's really cool. So you're not putting any throttle input on there, it's just doing it all for you.
Correct, yeah.
And is it good? Is it really precise all the time, or does it ever not work?
I prefer to do it myself,
Sure.
but frankly the car is better than me.
Yeah, it's technology, isn't it?
Yeah, it's spot on every time.
Yeah.
It does this weird thing, which is quite funny. So if you're, it tries to predict what gear you're going into, so you can actually confuse it and then go.
Oh, so just by wobbling it in neutral, it's trying.
It's like, oh, which gear do you want?
Really
and
funny.
It's like keeps blipping it. Ends up sounding a little bit like, kind of.
Someone in a Golf
control
GTI revving in traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a little bit like exactly that.
The main thing that I don't like about the car stock is the sound. It's just way too quiet for a sports car. I think the suspension setup's good, but I think it could be lower. In fact, it's now lower, obviously, because I've put the coilover kit. But as stock, I think it could have just been a little bit lower. I think they've been a bit conservative on the exhaust and the suspension, but it's pretty easily rectifiable. The silencer delete with the resonated pipes is about 500 quid, which isn't bad.
No.
And then if you want to go for the high flow cats, then I think that's another sort of £500 or so.
I think it comes back to sort of what you mentioned earlier about, I guess they know that this car's going to be modified.
Yeah.
So maybe they've gone conservatively so that they can appeal to more, I guess, conservative people, knowing that people like you and I would
modify the living daylights out of it.
Absolutely.
So we can spend all day talking about the modifications, Joel, so let's not do that. But if people are interested in the modifications, there's a playlist on my channel, which is Sports and Touring, which people can check out all of the modifications we've done so far, the dyno tuning, the Ecotec Connect, the variable traction control, everything that this gadget does here, including the slider to turn the pops and bangs up and down. So
definitely, yeah. If you want any more in-depth information on all of this stuff we're talking about, sort of glancing over, head over to the Sports Z?
Sports and Touring.
Sports and Touring, because it's got a Z. I always read it as like Sport ZN Touring. Yeah, Sports and Touring YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description so that people can click through to that. Isn't it?
Quick enough. Well, I want it to be faster. You know what it's like.
Yeah.
You always want more.
Absolutely.
But this is...
And the more and more you get used to something as well, the more you want.
I've got a significant 5-year plan.
Okay.
That somewhere along there might involve a twin turbo kit.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So let's ask the classic question of, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? This is like a job interview now all of a sudden.
Oh god.
But where do you see this car being, and what at the end of your plan?
Yep.
What's the ambition? What's the goal?
I want it to essentially be a very trackable car, so I don't want it to be just about straight line speed. I want it to be very, very good on the track.
Yeah.
I want more power than I need.
yeah.
With the ability to turn it down.
Yeah.
And stage 1 turbo kit on these is like 550, 600 horsepower.
Wow.
And if you're willing to spend about another 40 grand, you can get them up to 1,000. And if you want the engine to actually cope with it, they can go up to 1,000.
Yeah. Wow. That would be a riot, wouldn't it?
It would be pretty insane. I don't think I'm going to go that far because I want it to still be usable. I've got a whole bunch of plans for the interior. I pretty much want the interior and exterior to kind of have a OEM plus super sports feel. So it's a sports car, but I want it to look and feel like supercar grade.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, totally. I was going to point out actually the ride. I mean, it's to be expected, isn't it? It's very firm, very stiff.
I've had it.
It makes my car feel like a Rolls Royce.
I have had it set up that way, to be honest. So with the KWs, you've got bumper rebound adjustment. So I've tuned it to my preferences.
Absolutely,
I like the car to be quite responsive. So I tried a few different settings, and this was the one that I felt, this gave me the right balance.
Connected with the most,
and feel.
Awesome.
You know, I saw you tested a Porsche Cayman the other day.
Yeah.
So that's probably a more involved car in many ways, but it depends on, again, it goes back to, there's so many different parts to a car that whether it connects with you personally.
For sure. I mean, I'd say from first impressions, compared to the Cayman was PDK gearbox. So this will be
manual.
more involved.
That's true.
Than the Cayman. However, what is similar is the performance.
Yeah.
I'd say speed, acceleration wise, they're about the same. And it's actually, I was saying in the Cayman video, it's actually a really nice sort of performance bracket because it's not that fast that you can't put your foot down without breaking the law, but it is fast enough to put a smile in your face and to kick you back in your chair. So that's something I really like about this car as well. But yeah, this has got sort of a much more of a rawness to it than that Cayman, which is really cool. It really holds the road well, doesn't it?
But it absolutely does. It loves it. I mean, honestly, the improvement to the handling is noticeable with this particular coilover kit, but the Nismo's handling already is very good. It's just that with it being a bit low and a little bit tiny, it's only a tiny little bit stiffer than stock.
Makes a difference.
Just keeps it just a little bit flatter, but apart from that, you'll find even the stock Nismo has comparable handling to this. It really does stick.
And what I wanted to talk about in this video, guys, as with the F-Type I did recently and the Cayman video, which you will have seen, this Nismo is one of those cars, again, that is around or under that sort of 30 grand price bracket. You can still buy these new, can't you?
Yeah.
But at least on the used market, one with relatively low mileage, you can pick up for, you know, under £30,000, which is amazing. And it's a lot of car for the money, isn't it?
It really is.
It is, as with the Cayman and the F-Type, another one of those cars that for me personally, I wanted to experience because I may want to purchase a car this year, such as one of these or a Cayman or, you know, many of the other cars I'm going to feature. But also it's something I want to draw your attention to, that these cars are out there for the same price as a new, or even less than a new BMW 3 Series. I don't know which way I would go between those two. And yeah, this is a lot of car for the money. The way it sounds, sort of features it's got with the gearbox, and also the way it looks on the road, it's a pretty cool package for that sort of price point, I have to say. And these seats are great, actually. I do love these seats.
I love these seats.
Big hum.
Oh, and the brakes.
They're great.
They
They're
work
very
really
good,
well.
yeah.
These
Luckily.
are stock brakes. I haven't done anything to the brakes.
They're really good, actually. Very grippy.
Yeah, and that wasn't even like full on. I could have done a bit more. I just don't like these roads that I don't know.
Of course.
Like, see.
Classic cyclist.
This is where the suspension could do with being a little bit, tiny bit softer, probably.
Yeah. I can't tell you guys enough. A, how loud this car is, and B, how firm it is on the road. It feels very race car like. British roads, haven't you?
Oh. I think this is more of a track car than a rally car.
Yeah.
And I think this is more of a rally stage.
It is a little bit, yeah. Well, ladies and gents, I think that's probably a really good way to round off this video. That was quite an experience, actually. It's really, really stiff, really fun, really fast, and very noisy as well. And I like that a lot.
But it sticks.
Oh, it sticks, yeah. That would be, I would love this as sort of a weekend toy, definitely. Wow, well look, thank you so much for taking me out in it today. I hope you guys have found this video interesting and had as much fun as I have, which would be difficult. And yeah, guys, make sure to go over to Anthony's channel and subscribe, because he has got a lot more videos, as he mentioned, with this car on there. Links are in the description. And well, who knows, maybe we'll see another one of these on the channel again soon. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon.